as Nigerians, we have a ridiculously prayer culture. And I know religious people are going to be offended because anything that shakes your faith or anything that makes you question your religion feels like antagonism. You know, I get it. However, we have to start thinking critically because dying before your time shouldn't be one of your God's plans, if that makes any sense. You can't be living lesser than your ancestors and say God knows best. No. So the reason I'm saying this is because as a Nigerian who lives in Germany, I go for my yearly checkup. I go to the dentist. However, I have never been to this appointment and met another black person there. I have never. The only time I go to the gynecologist and I'm at the waiting room waiting and I see another black person, that black person is pregnant. So meaning many of us, we transport our habits in Nigeria overseas, and we have this habit of, it cannot be me. I am covered by the blood of Jesus. We have that habit of thinking that the next person didn't have faith or the next person didn't pray enough. And so you would see that a lot of things that we're supposed to prevent just by a lot of things we're supposed to prevent just by going for your yearly checkup. You will not, the only time you guys go is when you start having symptoms. And the crazy thing about some certain sicknesses is it's only at stage 4 that you start to feel the symptoms. So if you had gone for your checkups, they would have found those things out. So I know that we all want to go to heaven, and at the same time, we still don't want to die. But that's a conversation for another time or somebody else to talk about that. However, we need to start shifting from what we know to science. By science, I mean we need to educate ourselves. When we relocate, we need to know our rights. We need to know, because a lot of people are just dashing these insurance companies your money because you're not using them. And there are so many things, so many things. For example, I know somebody who, if he did not come to Europe, his jaw would have fallen off because everything was decayed and destroyed and he didn't know. Okay, so there are just so many things that you can prevent. So if you've managed and at least escaped or jackpot from Nigeria, don't come to a country and not use what you're paying for. Prevention is better than cure. Bye.